Hello everybody, welcome back for some StormGate action. We got another high-level ladder game here. We got Szikyyyy going up against Bosse. Now we see the scout already moving out, of course. Iron Vault going down with a meat farm next to it, so not a conclave. And the scout, of course, sees that no Theory is being mined just yet. And on the Vanguard side of things, we just see Luminite being mined. So you're going for like a command post first. That would be super cool. I like it when they pull 3 workers and then they run across the map. Okay, so this is 2. It's probably going to be a barracks then. There we go. Barracks goes down. Double barracks goes down, actually. Okay, so double barracks opener with the boost. And habitat will be going up after that. So let's see if he's going for more scouts. Maybe he's going for lancers here. And we see this imp. What is this imp trying to do? Hello? Mr. Imp? Imp wants to expand. We do have this Iron Vault pumping out a brute to make sure that this imp will stay alive against this annoying scout. And Bosse looking for a super early expansion play here. And on the other side we see this double barracks coming out. Rallied across the map already. So is this going to be the scouts or lancers? I feel like scouts would already be out. Yeah, there we go. There's a lancer. And it's rallied across the map. And perhaps he's just going to be pumping lancers here to take down all of these resource camps, get that veterancy going, and then transitioning into an expansion with all of that extra income. Brute going across the map here. Is this brute trying to harass? Of course, when it explodes, it does spawn 2 fiends who can be very annoying at taking down your bobs. Conclave going down. Ethereum is being mined now. And the expansion already halfway done here for the Infernal player. What's this? Is this a meat farm? Yeah, it looks like a meat farm. But it could also be... yeah, this is a shroud, I think. Like a shroud stone. So already going for a cannon at his expansion here is Bosse. Just focusing on his economy. Doesn't want to spend any of the charges on his Iron Vault right now. Does have 1 brute at home. Together with this 1 brute on the map. But this is 4 lancers running on in. This 2 barracks play paying off big time. Because now he has a lot of units here in the natural of Bosse, but we do see a Gaunt coming out, and Gaunts are pretty good against Lancers as long as they don't have the upgrade yet. Ooh, but the Lancers dive on top of this Gaunt. Gaunt, of course, slightly lower HP, and if the debuff wears off, no more Fiends will be spawned. 1 Fiend does come out of a dead dog over there, or the Scout. Well, low HP Lancers being targeted, but they don't die, but they're stuck here in the corner of the base. 3 red lancers kind of baiting. Oh my god, the Shroud Stone finishes up. Is targeting the weak lancer and does get 1 lancer kill there. Ooh, nice snipe here on the fiends. Very nice. Still just producing units from 2 barracks here. 2nd habitat even for more supply. Look at the amount of lancers that we have over here. You don't see this very often, that the Infernal's actually on the back foot. Usually I see it the other way around. Where the Infernal builds like a Conclave and an Iron Vault right away, and they pump out the units, they take the mill, all the resource camps, and of course every time you kill something with a Gaunt you get more Fiends, and then you just overwhelm your opponent. So I like this play here from Szikyyyy. Just being like, no, map control's mine, you're not getting value out of your early Gaunts. Do see this expansion now up and running for Bosse. This is a lot of lancers, though. Weak lancer, maybe? Yeah, he takes it down right away. Oh, the brutes attack so slow. And now fighting underneath the meat farm and the Shroud Stone, giving that extra defensive capability. We, of course, do not have the lancer upgrade just yet. And maybe Szikyyyy went a little bit too deep. Look at the amount of fiends that we have here now from the Gaunts. Every time a unit dies, or when a Vanguard unit dies, we just get these Fiends, and now Fiends actually going across the map to harass. I love it. We do have a natural expansion here for the Vanguard. They can build that super fast. You send out 3 to 4 bobs, start building it, and you can throw a boost onto a command post that isn't completed yet. And here comes the Fiend run by. Vanguard army is stuck in the middle of the map right now, and the Fiends are running by. We still don't have a biolab, so the Lancer upgrade is still far from done. This is just a Luminite heavy build here from Szikyyyy. Meanwhile, though, he is taking those resource camps, and he also has a second base. Now, building... Is this a mecha bay? I don't think so, because he doesn't have any therium, so probably a third barracks? Could also be a lab. Biolab. Oh my god, these Fiends taking down the bobs that are not overcharged. And here comes the building. What is it? Doo-doo-doo. It's a barracks. So third barracks here for Szikyyyy. And as you can see, trying to take down all these resource camps. We have a big swell of Gaunts here now on the map. Taking this vision camp, making sure that he can see a big part of the map. So if Szikyyyy does like a ring around the rosy, Bosse will know. Bosse actually taking the third base here. And I like this third base a lot more than the one at the bottom here. Now, as the Vanguard, you really like this base because it's super close to this double Therium base. So this is like your logical fourth base. And once you get the double Therium base, you pop off. You can make Vulcans all day, baby. But taking this base as your third makes a lot of sense because otherwise you just kind of get all in from the back. Because if you take this base, you are defending over here. And then, like, this Shroud Stone could be here, like some meat farms, whatever. All of your static defenses are over there. And then your opponent just breaks 2 trees and just walks into your main base. I've seen it happen a lot, and I feel like that's one of the big things about this BrokenCrown map, where you have to really have an answer for these trees suddenly being broken. Especially, like, one Magmadon using Trample, boom, all of those trees are gone. And suddenly, all those Fiends that you had a choke point for... and you made buildings so that the Fiends couldn't get in, well, now they can get in. Let's see, do we have a biolab already? Yeah, there's the biolab. Getting that Lancer upgrade, making sure that the Gaunts feel bad. Of course, that's a crazy interaction where the Lancers gain a buff from the upgrade that stacks 5 times. So each time they get hit, they get 1 stack. And Lancers, of course, or the Gaunts do glaive damage, so it bounces twice. So every time they shoot, they hit 3 Lancers. And Gaunts do 5 damage. Lancers have a passive ability that removes 3 damage from any hit. So Gaunts only do 2 damage to Lancers. And so you're basically stimming your opponent for free with Gaunts versus upgraded Lancers. And Lancers gain movement speed and attack speed from the buff. You see it here on the front one already. Getting that blue shimmer from the upgrade. And so if you have too many Gaunts, the Lancer upgrade can really be a pain in the neck for you. But we do have a lot of Magmadons here from Bosse to answer this pure Lancer play. No Exos, no Medtechs. Never mind, we have Exos here on the backside. Probably going to be getting the upgrade for that soon as well. The Quick Shot Hustle, as it's literally called. Fourth base going down for Bosse. Ooh. See a Shroudstone double meat farm defense here at the third base. Getting a bunch of Therium at all of his bases. Has a lot of imps anywhere. Just hasn't stopped producing them. Now we see 3 Magmadons, couple Broods, but a lot of Gaunts. But we now have these air boys. I kind of forgot what they're called. But these air units attack 3 times right away. And so Lancers are actually surprisingly tanky against them. Because they are balanced around always attacking 3 times right away. You see 3 magic missiles going their way. And it barely does any damage because of that passive from the Lancers. Now Vanguard using their superior mobility to just run away from these Magmadons. And Magmadons all using their load. Already showing that they've used Trample. And now the Vanguard can't go back in. These Axos in the back don't have their upgrade just yet. But still doing massive damage here. Targeting down these Magmadons one by one. And of course, all of these Lancers are stacked up to the gills. All at 5 stacks. Because of all of these chip damage units. And as long as Szikyyyy here just makes more Lancers, pump them out with the 6 barracks that he does have. He should be good, and they are pretty cheap frontline for what they are. Their stats are crazy, and there we go. Oh my god, the Exos doing all of the damage. And overrunning Bosse's army here. Oh, but here comes the harass from Bosse. With these air units. But as is true with most of the air units in this game, they're very fragile. So if you just have a sentry outpost like this, you can defend all of your mineral lines. But Szikyyyy has a pretty big army here, but Bosse on the other side has 4 bases. So if he manages to have enough production to deal with Zicky's army here, I feel like Bosse is in a super good spot. Wow, we see the Hellborns? The Hellborn, yeah. They're kind of like the siege unit from the Infernals. They throw concentrated hatred balls, and then it does splash damage behind it, like kind of collateral damage. It looks very cool. And Szikyyyy here, moving on to the 3rd base. Here comes the concentrated hatred. Boom! Hits the back line. Very nicely targeted by Bosse there. There's no medtechs, of course. Not yet. We do see an upgraded command post, so it's now a command center. And the medtechs have been added on. So now the chip from the Hellborns doesn't matter as much. Of course, it's still quite a bit of damage if they can just keep opening up fire like this from far away. They are pretty big units, though. And they're not like the Weavers, where they can just walk over your small units. I love this. Bosse adds imps into the army, and imps are really good at dealing with the Lancers. Because they just become Banelings and they blow up the Lancers just like that. Their passive doesn't matter at all. Let's see if the Flame Up will be used here. 3 medtechs in the back. Exos in the front. Ooh, high veterancy Exos being targeted. Would be very value if Bosse can take that down. Bosse or Szikyyyy now taking a 3rd base behind this, but Bosse just mass expanding. He's like, I got this. I got so much money. High veterancy. Exo! Oh, doesn't get targeted down. Oh, we see the top bar ability from the Infernal, turning the entire map into shrouded space. Here come the Flame on Imps. Boom! And they do hit the front line a little bit there. Oh, look at the chip damage from the Infernal now. And just a couple minutes ago, this Vanguard player felt very good about his army, but now suddenly he's the one being kited instead of the other way around. Remember when he was running away from the Magmadons, killing everything with the Exos in the back? Not quite the same anymore now, is it? These Hellborns really changing the landscape of the fights, and these Imps especially. Just making it very hard to do a hard engage onto this Infernal player. Oh, we have a lot of medtechs here. We have like 7 medtechs. And now we actually see 2 mecha bays. And he's making, I don't know what they're called, these buggies. I wonder if that's just a stopgap for the Vulcan that he really wants. Damn, both players really vying for the middle of the map here. I feel like Szikyyyy could be taking a 4th here. Just to make sure that the longevity for him is in this game, because his main will run out at some point. But I think, yeah, now that I look at the economy, I don't think he can afford Vulcans that much. He doesn't have enough Therium mining. But he does have the buggies in front. Not sure what their purpose is. Oh my god, the Magmadons are here as well. Now he has to deal with mass Magmadon and the Hellborns in the back. So we have to see some Supreme Kiting coming out. Oh, top bar ability coming out again, slowing and reducing the vision of all of the units here. And Szikyyyy not getting out of that circle fast enough, trying to get more value with the Exos. Little greedy. And maybe the medtechs will get that speed boost upgrade, where they can give a big speed boost to their whole army to just try and kite out. We see a big count out here from the Vanguard, but this is just an endless stream of Magmadons here from Bosse, who's just chilling on like 6 bases right now. And the imps come in. Oh, the Flame on. Look at all of the Lancers instantaneously die. More Flame on imps on top of the army. Boom! Oh my god. Worse than Banelings. Cheaper than Banelings. These are crazy units right now. And look at the Exos, though, sniping these Magmadons one by one. But in the back, we have these Hellborns coming in. And just no way for the Vanguard to really deal with them. The Vanguard has to kill the entire front line before you can even think about getting on top of these Hellborns. And Szikyyyy leaves the game GG. Bosse just surviving the onslaught of Szikyyyy early on, who was trying to just kill him with pure Lancer off of 2 base. And Bosse survived, took a 3rd base, held the 3rd base, and then he had enough Magmadons. He added in his first couple Hellborns. And all of a sudden, like, Vanguard's army wasn't looking that hot anymore. And he just kind of spiraled out of control for Szikyyyy. And like that, Bosse takes game number 1. Guys, I hope you... Or, takes the whole game. It's a ladder game. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this game. I'll be trying to do a couple more tournaments games for future StormGate casts, so be sure to look out for that. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.